Hey everybody, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and we are going to do something today to finish up the Crowshriek area, and we're going to make Knezer, the unknown god. We know we will learn his name is Knezer through the adventure, up to the point where you do find out who he is and go to deal with him. You're not sure if he's even a god, and he is actually not a god anymore. Knezer is a god who many cycles of gods ago lost his powers. It had been locked up, and because of the events of the Library of Delison, he was actually freed. He was a prisoner, and here we are 4,000 years and beyond the over 4,000 years beyond the fall of the Library of Delison, and he is returned, and he has been for centuries manipulating the Crowshriek area. He is a god of madness and hatred. So I have here, this is just a part of a Masters of the Universe toy from the Dollar Tree. And it's a good size, large kind of deal. And I've used this head for another project, and I'm going to start snapping off some of this crap that I don't need. And he's got some dumb stuff here. He's got a little weird merman waist bow tie that we definitely don't want. I have a Skeletor, but I don't want to cut up a whole nother miniature for this because this is already kind of cut up. So the Skeletor actually kind of was more in touch with what I wanted. But all right, you want to make sure his shoulders are kind of smoothed off. And you need a spider to get started here. So for this spider, I'm going to take his legs off because I do want to keep those. Some of those will be part of this, and some of those will not. So we want to clean up around that head and keep those front pinchers. Then we want to take that head right about there and cut that off. And we're going to mount that here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut off a little bit of a flat area to get the initial area I want it to stick. And I'm just going to get a little glue. Kind of shove that around and get that where I want it to go. Now, this is a god of madness. So you have to understand that he does not look like a standard beautiful Greek god. He is horrible to look upon. Absolutely atrocious and vile in every form of the word. I'm going to snip this off at kind of a angle going up. So, Knezer could have been a god of many, many things. We don't know what. But definitely, he was the calling force of madness in his time. And he supported cannibalism and horrible behaviors like that. That was kind of his stuff. Okay, so now we have something really horrid to behold here. Kind of like I wanted. I hadn't decided if I wanted him to have wings or not. I'm still kind of torn if I want to do that. If I wanted him to have wings, I'm not sure what kind of wings I'd want him to have. And I don't think he needs to fly anyways. All right, I'm going to get another stick of glue right quick. I'm getting low on glue sticks again. So now what we want to do is we want to kind of drag glue down his back and cover up those straps coming off those legs. And we want to drag it all the way down to where it intersects ultimately with that butt, that abdomen. It's not really a butt, is it? It's an abdomen. We want to get that all kind of covered in such a way that we can make that gross and hairy. And it's got to be congruous, which means it all is together as one thing. Okay? And we'll let that kind of cool, and then we'll come back in and we'll sort out our texture for that. And then we're going to kind of come up here. We're going to fill that in and bring that down and around and make that hair too. Okay. We'll let that start to cool. Let's make sure he's good and on that base. That hot glue is not going to do it for long. Let's get some glue, some baking soda. Let's sturdy him up. Okay. That's not catching. Okay. All right, let's get the minor burning hand spell and clean up any loose spider webs we have. I can't remember his damn name now. Oh my god, how did I forget his name? Should have wrote it down. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. I'm not using any new glue. I'm just coming back over the glue we've already placed and dragging my glue gun through it, attempting to make some hairy texture. I'm not going way out of my way to make it perfect, because he can't be perfect. He's a horrible, horrible deity. That is so bad and dreadful. And he has lost his followers besides the wild men. And he is hateful and resentful of the world. As a new pantheon came in, they forced him out and locked him up. And then a new pantheon came in and refused to acknowledge him and threatened him. So he decided to make himself relevant in the best way he knew how, by creating terror and fear among beings and forcing them to worship him. That is his method. Total dictatorship theology. Now here on the sides, we're just going to grab that and cover up those rough spots we cut off lightly. We're not going to put a whole lot of effort into that. We are going to drag the hair down onto his torso. Like that. Then we're going to let that cool. And then we'll come back and do some work on that. These wrists are going to need some support. So I'm just going to fill in that gap and then drag it smooth around. And as that cools, I'll put some hair texture in that too. Well, I cannot remember the dude's name already. That sucks. I'll have to make a new one. Either way, he's the unknown god, no matter what you call him. Alright. Let's come in here. Let's get my minor burning hand spell and just do some touch-up work. And get rid of some of the spider webs we made. Strengthening things up. Okay. Alright. Let's come back here and hit some of this for texture some more as it's cooled more now. There we go. Sweet. Okay. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Just how I hoped it'd be. Let's get a little super glue. Let's do the inside of his hands here. Sturdy those up. I'm going to get a little bit up under his neck. Everything seems pretty sturdy at this point. I do want those to be a little less floppity. So I'm just going to run some glue along the insides of those, just like that. To sturdy them up. And we'll just kind of get everything in there good and coated. All right, I think we're okay. Now there's a ton of different ways we could paint this guy and handle this guy, but I think what we're going to do is we're just going to start right now. Since we're only a few minutes into the video, I think we have time to paint. So I'm going to get some black paint. And a damp brush. And we're going to paint them up. Now, the unknown god's whole spiel is that he is hateful. He feels like he's been stolen from, like he's entitled. He doesn't understand that his time has come and gone and that it's moved on to where new gods are in power. He can't accept that. So even though he's not been in power for over 9,000 years, he believes it's his time to come back. But the thing is, in this cosmos, they get one turn, and that is it. And he can't accept it. It creates problems. You get one go. That's all you get. And he does not like it. Not a bit. Am I not hitting paint down here somewhere? I don't think I am. Oh, this is almost empty. That's why. So it's become very problematic that this homeboy is not going to behave and do what he's supposed to. Also, like, a lot of these ancient pantheons that have fallen fell because they didn't do the job, or they stopped doing the job, or people didn't believe them capable of doing the jobs, or new gods, new pantheons rose that were doing what they were supposed to and replaced old pantheons. In the case of this pantheon, they ruled the world with terror, and people didn't like that. So when an alternative came to rise up against them and become good guy gods, people jumped on that, and they were like, yes, that's what we want. We want good guy gods who, if we give them our reverence, are going to love us and be kind and good to us. That's what they wanted. All right, I'm going to need to spray paint him, I think. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a break here. I'm going to spray paint him, then we'll come back and paint him up. I need to get him dried off good and spray painted, though, because I'm not having luck getting my getting the coverage I thought I was going to get with that black paint. So please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon, leave a comment. Go to the website and buy some miniatures, not these miniatures, real, beautiful, highly detailed, sturdy, and quality dungeon swag miniatures. Go to our Discord and hang out. And we'll love to see you there. And until then, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.